Hi everyone, this is Kim from Earn Greater Profits, and this is video number 12 in the series of how to create your website from scratch using the software. So we're in our software, and the first thing what we're going to do, we've finished our page, we've got everything on this front page that we could possibly want, tons of information, and now what we want to do is start creating additional pages and then adjusting our navigational menu so that it reflects those pages. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to create the page from scratch, our next page from scratch. But first I want to do a couple of things. And so we're going to have an About Us page. I've already created an About Us section. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to save this as a section. So you'll notice in the green sections, you just hit save. I'm going to name it About Us. We're not going to add it to a global section. We're just going to add it as a template. And we'll hit save. This way, we can use the same setup in our About Us page. We'll want to change up the text so that we're not showing Google that we've got like duplicate content on two different pages. But we're gonna use that template to help us out and make it easier. Okay, let's say that we've got a gallery page that this is just a smidgen of pictures we could show. We could add a button down here that says see all of our portfolio. They could click on that and go to a portfolio page. So let's just save this as portfolio. Save that as a template. And let's see what other things that we can do here. Let's just say we really like the way this section turned out. Well, you'll notice I didn't create its own section. It's stuck with that. We won't worry about that now then. But we could, if it was its own section, I could easily, in fact, let's do that. I'm going to show you how to add a new section and move things over. It's always great to have each section be in its own thing, but if you notice this green section here, I've got all these different rows and columns, and I've included the reviews widget as well, and I didn't mean to do that. So let's just go ahead and pull down some of this information. So you can move the orange elements using the drag feature, and then you cannot move columns using the drag feature, but you can the column row. So that's what I'm going to do here is I'm going to drag this divider down here, and then I'm going to find my column row and drag that down here. And if they don't end up in the same spot, then I can just tell it I want to move that one down. All right, so now this is in its own section. And let's do the same up here for the reviews. Let's just grab a new section right here. And we'll just drag this column row right up there. And we can also drag the divider if we want. Did we get far enough? Yep, there we go. Okay, so now this reviews widget is in its own section. And this is in its own section, and then this one is in its own section as well. So let's go ahead and save this particular section because we liked it better. And we'll just call this reviews, and we'll save a template. Great. All right, I think that's, you know what, let's also do it with the contact section. We're going to make an about us page, or excuse me, a contact us page, and might as well start off with something. And just add it as a template. All right, we're going to go ahead and save. Okay, and then we'll hit the back button so we can go back to where we can see all of our pages. All right, here's our home page, and we could very well copy or clone this home page, but we've got so many sections, and our other pages aren't going to have a ton of sections, and so I'm just going to create it from scratch and then just show you how easy it is. Now we have the header and footer nav as global. It makes it really easy. So let's just do the About Us page first. Name it About. And if we wanted to use from existing, we click on this and we can choose the website that we're currently working on and home, and then hit import, and it'll automatically copy and paste it in there. We want to create from blank, because all we're going to be doing now is putting in our global section. So we've got our header nav, and then we add our footer nav. Okay, and then we're going to add, let's just hit that and go to our section templates that we saved and pull in our About Us. And there we go. How easy is that to create a secondary page? And then you'll, of course, like I mentioned before, you want to change this text up. You may want to put in a different picture so it's not duplicate content, but makes it really easy to create a new dedicated page for some of these smaller pages. So let's go ahead and save. And let's throw in our SEO data, because we're going to actually copy this page now to show how to do a copy and paste. And so let's go with About Us, our business name, and then let's throw in our phone number there, private coaching for small businesses, or whatever your description may be. We're going to leave everything else as is and click down here at the bottom, update our SEO data. I'm going to hit save there, and then we're going to hit back. Oh, there was one other thing I want to do on that page. It hasn't copied a thumbnail yet. It'll create a thumbnail for you, but it just takes a little while to do. Before I go copying this page, I want to change this, because right now it's a subheader because it was within our larger page, but now I want to make it an H1 headline. Okay, so About Us, I'm going to change the color, bold to red. I'm going to text transform to uppercase, and then I'm going to make this 40. Okay, so now we can just delete this one. I need to add a little bit of padding on the bottom, 20. There we go. Okay, so now we'll save it. Now we've got one headline, one H1 tag on this page. You'll always want to have at least one H1 tag. Okay, so now we'll go back. All right, so now what I want to do is, let's go ahead and clone this one. Clone page in this website. Yes, if you've got another location or another website or another sub-account, I can copy over things. Very easy to do. Okay, so it named it clone. I'm just going to go into the settings here, and that's where you can adjust. So we'll do a contact us page next. Update that, and then we'll just hit edit the page. If it hasn't created your thumbnail yet, you just go to edit and edit page, but if it has, you can just click on the thumbnail to go into that page. All right, now all I'm going to do is just simply delete this section, add my new section that we saved. It's going to be our contact us section, and going to do the same thing that we did before. We want a headline instead of a subheader. I'm not going to do all the styling details. You guys know all about that now. That's enough of, we don't want to do so much repetition. You guys get bored. I will throw in 20 pixels of padding though. Okay, so this is the same form we have on the front page, which is just fine. And so we're going to save that. We're going to adjust our SEO metadata, contact us, and contact us for more information on our business coaching services. If you are interested, if you're watching this, you want to do it yourself, you're creating your own website. If you're interested in learning more about the SEO and strategic things you can do with SEO, I do have a class, workshop that I can give you access to. Just let me know if you're interested. Okay, let's save that. And we'll hit back. All right, let's just clone this one. Edit our settings. So we want this to be our first service page for whatever our keyword service is. I'll just name it service 1. And we'll edit that page. I'm going to go ahead and name this service 1. So whatever your main service keyword is going to be, and then you've got your text down here. Let's delete this form, and we'll add an image of whatever your service is. And I'll just throw an image in there. Let's just say they're landscaper. And then you can just continue copying this down, and you can just move things around a little bit so you've got an alternating pattern if you like. And for each service page, you'll want to put at least 500 words of content on the service page so that Google sees it as an informative, useful page. And so that's how you can create a service page and add your information. Really super simple. Let's hit save. And then of course our title, whatever, service number 1 here. And then you'll want to adjust the description as well. Let's go ahead and just see if there are any other unique pages that I want to copy and create for you. Otherwise, it's really straightforward, copying and pasting the different pages. We'll call that good for now. So you just continue to clone and edit your pages until you have the right number of pages. The last thing I'm going to do is show you how to attach your global header. So every page has the same global header. And I'm just going to click on the orange element, and then I'm going to edit the About Us because now we have a page to attach. Here's our drop down of all the pages we've created. Then we've got our contact page. Go to page, contact us. I don't want it to go to a new tab. Save that. I don't have a team. Let's change that to services. Go to page, service number 1, and you can just kind of see we can pull that out so it's not under About, and in fact we want to move it up to be its own thing, and then we can add service number 1. In fact, that's the page where we want that page to go, right there. But the main services, you can have another general services page and link it there, or you can just link the first service. And then we're going to pull that in, so that's drop down from services. The other thing I'm going to do, just for the sake of having a look good, is I'm going to change up this spacing. I want the horizontal spacing to be more like 10. That gives us a little more space between the menu items, and that helps us quite a bit. I like the way that looks better. And then I'm also going to change, I don't like the way it hovers to black, so I'm going to change that to just be this off-white color. It's just going to change just a little bit. So I'm going to save. It'll say these global changes save it on every single page that it has. And we're saying yes, we want it to change. So now let's go over to our preview. And we've got our services, and let's go to service number 1. And there you go. Let's go to contact. There you go. So the only other thing I don't like is this drop down's got, it hovers it to black. So let's go ahead and change that so it looks better. So anything that talks about the drop down menus in the advanced section, our hover color is right here. I'm going to change it to the same, being light. So now if we hover, then there you go. So we hit save. All right, that's everything I wanted to talk about with cloning pages to create the rest of your website. If you have any questions, please let me know.